The former CIA director's tweet is insane to anyone who has a brain. Yeah, former CIA Director Michael Hayden thinks Republicans are more dangerous than the world's most violent extremist groups, including ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and Menudo. Especially Menudo. It started when British journalist Edward Luce tweeted, "I've covered extremism and violent ideologies around the world over my career, have never come across a political force more nihilistic, dangerous, and contemptible than today's Republicans. Nothing close." To which Hayden replied, because he's like a high school kid, "I agree, and I was the CIA director." Now, somewhere there's an Al-Qaeda leader going, "What the hell? How many goats do we need to bang to get some respect around here?" And then there are the goats going, "Seriously, how many more times do I need to get before Al-Qaeda gets some respect around here?" I'm in trouble. But remember, last week, Hayden seemed to endorse the execution of Trump. Remember that? So now Hayden thinks half of America is worse than the terrorist he routinely killed. If he believes that, what would he recommend here? Take out the RNC with a cluster bomb? Drone strike our nation's golf courses? And if Republicans are indeed the most dangerous group a former CIA director has ever seen, then maybe the CIA really isn't actually protecting us from real threats. But it backs up what we've been saying for years. If you believe Trump was worse than Hitler, then you could break the laws to stop him. Hence the Russian collusion hoaxes and burying the Hunter Biden laptop. Right, Sam Harris?
Whatever scope of Joe Biden's corruption is, it is infinitesimal compared to the corruption we know Trump is involved in. It doesn't even stack up against Trump University, right? Trump University as a story is worse than anything that could be in Hunter Biden's laptop.
Yeah, okay. But it's not just Harris. Here's Skullface.
People that believe that the election was stolen and have a right to storm the Capitol, which is a substantial number of people in the Republican Party, are evil. They're people actually, racism is evil. All right, misogyny is evil.
Wow, there's a stand. After that, Carville shed his skin and ate a mongoose. Kat, I actually, on the 5 today, said that I was wrong and you were right about the Patriot Act. That I dismissed ominous warnings that our government could do to us.
Yeah, you always were saying, well, I don't have anything to hide.
Yeah. That's not how I sound.
That was pretty good.
That's how it sounded to me.
Yeah, I thought you were talking.
Whenever women...
I appreciate it, thank you. But I've always known I was right, so.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. Thank you. But of course, I mean, it's giving people power to be able to wield in political ways, and especially for them to even make these kinds of statements. I mean, do they have any kind of evidence to back it up?
Yeah.
The only thing they pointed to was January 6th. But that was like 2,000 people.
And it was one day.
Yeah, well, it's not quite a majority of Republicans.
Yeah, and it's out of the 2,000, perhaps 200, I don't know, whatever, were idiots. Probably more.
I don't know any of them personally, so.
I thought they were all living with you at some point in your life.
No.
Tyrus, it's kind of crazy. This guy droned terrorists and is saying that Republicans are worse.
Okay, this is a compliment.
Yeah.
What is the safest group to talk trash about and possibly get on TV?
Exactly.
Republicans.
Exactly.
You say that stuff to Antifa and them, there'll be some dude outside your house who'll do something. He's trying to get, the key word here, ladies and gentlemen, is former. He's out of a job. He's trying to get relevant. Heard there was some interest on CNN. So all of a sudden, hey, guess who's the most dangerous person on the planet? The GOP. So, and then somebody will respond by saying, well, that was really unfair and unkind. Do you have any stats to support that? And he will smile and go, that's why you're the most dangerous person there is, because you're going to come back with things like that. And it's the same thing with the guy who was like, I hate whataboutisms. Okay, let's say Trump is everything that he claims he is. Does that make Biden's corruption that less? Like, he only killed 4 guys, where on the other hand, Trump killed 8.
Yeah.
You're both murderers. Like, that doesn't excuse what he's doing, and that's how they defend anything. But amazing thing is Trump's been tried, I don't know, 75,000 times, and he keeps walking away unscathed. He's like the Teflon president, where they won't even put this guy into questions because of the situation. But again, it goes back to the same thing. He's out of work. He's desperate. He says GOP. Hopefully somebody like Trump will fire back on him. Then what happens? He gets on a show.
Yeah, that's it.
Then he bring him back, and he has more expert, and no one's going to hurt him for it.
Right, just a bunch of guys in polo shirts and boat shoes.
Yeah, they'll be like, well, I got to work. I don't have time to go protest outside his house. So that's why we do it.
Jason, it's kind of creepy, though, that this guy was CIA director and he had these feelings. It makes you think that there are some other stuff going on that we didn't really know about.
Yeah, how much more trust can we lose?
Yeah.
Right? And these 2 guys, to Tyrus's point, they're hanging on for some kind of relevance. I actually feel bad for them because, when they get older and they don't have those important positions, they want to be in the limelight again and they want to say something. Unfortunately, that's some crazy rhetoric that he's got going on, and it doesn't do anything to help this country.
Yeah.
And, we need to get back to positive stuff. I don't want to hear from any of these old fools. And I actually like Carville. He used to be, kind of a funny guy. He shoots it straight.
And he's married. He's married to a Republican.
Yeah, and actually in this, he says that about Republicans, but he also, tears down Democrats in this story and regularly. He calls them doofuses, coastal doofuses or something like that. So I like a straight talk guy like him. But, this went on for 30 minutes, and I don't think any of you watched the whole 30 minutes.
No, of course not.
Right? So,
I just saw that for the first time.
Yeah, so,
I don't even know who you are.
Right, nobody does. Nobody does. But good for you, Carville. Rock on, nobody cares.
Ainsley, last word to you. What do you make of all this?
It's just their playbook. It's the political climate. We're midterms are, a few months away. In 2 more years, we'll be hearing this again. This is what they call Republicans, racist and stupid. James Carville calling us stupid. So I made a list of what I think is stupid. Pulling troops out of Afghanistan before you pull out the Americans, before you pull out the allies. Spending billions to hire more IRS agents in the middle of inflation, in the middle of a recession. Defunding police, why do you think crime's up? Open borders. Don't check vax cards at the border, but yet Djokovic can't come over and play in the U.S. Open. That's stupid. Closing the Keystone Pipeline when we don't have affordable alternatives. That's just to name a few.
That's all stupid.
Racist.
Right?
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.